Oh, we're live right now.
Get it
What's
started.
going on, everybody? We just want to do a podcast, get it going. Don't want to not do a podcast for a while, but I just uploaded the Throne League draft results video. It's a crazy league. I'll go ahead and let you guys know what that is, and we're going to be talking about fantasy football draft mistakes, what you should not do, and what's the dumbest thing we've ever done. What's the dumbest thing we've ever seen anyone do? So we'll start off. We'll start off with what do you Throne League or dumb mistakes? Which one? What do we do first, guys? What's the coolest?
Let's do Throne League. I feel like people want. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what the Throne League is. The Throne League is a community versus community league where the followers make the draft picks. There's no league like it. It's so crazy. And every community does it differently. And so some people, they just do an Instagram story and they don't even say anything and just put 4 players on the poll and whoever gets the vote. Other people do crazier stuff. We created a whole virtual war room, essentially, where we have scouts. We got spies. We have debates. We go look at what other teams are doing, what their rankings are. Who's gonna go at the turn, or maybe all right, let's go RB this time because we know, he's gonna take an RB at the turn or something like that. So we had a lot of debates, did a lot of voice calls, gathered up, and we held votes in our Discord. So it was intense. It was amazing. We won the league last year, and I think we got a great team. So our starters are Dalvin Cook, Metcalf, Waller, Gaskin, Cooper Kupp, Michael Carter, Devontae Smith, and Tom Brady. There's no defense, no kicker, and that's pretty much our starters. And then we got Jarvis as a wide receiver for flex. So what did you guys think of our squad?
Go ahead, Mike. I'll let you start it off.
I think it's solid. I like the strategy of getting an elite player at each position in the first 3 rounds, like you did with Dalvin Cook as your RB1 in the first, getting DK in the second, and then an elite tight end and Waller in the third. I think that's a good balanced strategy. I'm a fan of taking tight ends early myself. I like to get it out of the way as opposed to waiting, and then you don't know who to pick once it gets a little further down. I like Gaskin in the 4th. I just think it's a well-rounded roster that has a good chance to win, and I like the Chuba Hubbard flyer in case C-Mac gets hurt in the later rounds. That was good. Gronk, great value as a backup to Waller in case something happens. So I think you got a good chance to win it all again.
We took Chuba 12 and Gronk 13, by the way, for the audio listeners.
Yeah, I just have to say the high upside rookies, Michael Carter, Devontae Smith, that's great. And then Waller, like Mike said, he's a stud. You can't go wrong. And then I know, Brain, you wanted Tom Brady. That was a really good pickup, I think, later in the draft. Yeah,
so that was a little bit of a debate, but this league rewards a little bit more points for passing yards. So I don't know. I think Tom Brady's gonna kill it. In that type of scoring with Bruce Arians, you can't really go wrong. But this is where I came up with the idea of dumb fantasy football things because of the Throne League. It's some of the craziest stuff I've seen. So 2 years ago, this guy, State of Mind, they drafted 2 tight ends back to back. Zach Ertz and Travis Kelce, round 2 and 3, and what the heck are you doing? And they gave a reasoning. It was so stupid, and I mean, spoiler alert, it didn't work out. It was embarrassing. And so you learn from these mistakes. And I know State of Mind, he's a good dude. There's 3 dudes that run it, but Rob's the main guy. He's a good dude. This isn't about making fun of him. We've all made our fair share of stupid mistakes, and the point is to learn from it. And as you guys can see, if you guys watch my video or you're on the video live right now, he actually has a pretty good team. So we're human too. We make mistakes. Another point was that if you're in a 1 QB league, like, man, you really don't have to go like after quarterbacks. Like, you really don't. And if everyone else is, that's awesome. Then you could just take Tannehill or Burrow or Stafford or Brady. I don't know about Jalen Hurts. I'm not a big fan, but some people are. Like, he's in that range too. Just take one of those guys late. Take some flyers. Take Aaron Rodgers.
Jameis. Throw a flyer out for Jameis.
Jameis. Well, this guy drafted Jameis and Taysom Hill, which is fine too, because it's June when we drafted mainly, and so he's gonna drop one of them. Like, yeah,
You never know what happens.
Yeah, I think Jameis is gonna start. I actually looked at the Vegas odds.
Oh, he's starting.
Jameis is a heavily favorited to start according to Vegas, and that's if you don't believe that, then I mean, you should just make a bet because you'll win a lot of money if Taysom Hill starts. But Jameis should be the starter there. And some people were drafting. Some people reached for 3 quarterbacks. Team Smitty, and that was so dumb. He drafted Patrick Mahomes, Big Ben, and Brady, and he still defends it to this day. It's hands down the dumbest. No one agrees with him.
In this draft or a different league?
It was just 2 years ago. The same league.
But like different year.
Yeah,
so 2 people did it this year. 2 people did it this year. It looks like we got Guru and Rapper, who both have 3 quarterbacks on their rosters.
Yeah, see,
Rapper, that's terrible.
You got
3 shaky quarterbacks.
Look,
we were laughing about that.
This isn't great for the audio podcast, but we'll sum it up really quick. So I like what Guru did. Not all. There's always exceptions to the rule. I like what Guru did. I don't like what Rapper did. What Guru did was he took Russell Wilson, who fell. Got him at 7.07. Let's just say straight up, that's a great value pick because he fell quite a bit, and that's the last quarterback of that tier. Then, keep in mind that this is essentially a deep league. It's essentially a 14-team league, even though it's 12. No kicker, no defense. The math comes out to this being a 14-team league. So in rounds 14 and 16, he took Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. That's totally fine. I even talked to him. I'm like, look, I know you're probably going to drop one of these guys in like 2 months. He's like, probably drop him in like 1 month. Soon as, there's word on who's going to be the starter. And that's fine because that's round 14. That's round 16. And he's going to drop one of those players. That's okay. But yeah, what Rapper did, that was weird. So 1 round later, round 8, you reached for Jalen Hurts and then showed how much confidence you have in him. By drafting 2 more quarterbacks later on. Like, you can't do both. You know what I mean? You got to either be like, okay, he's the next Lamar Jackson, or be like, well, let's just wait 2 rounds. Like,
I think he was just using it as a trade piece,
Well,
like
no
that's
one
what
knows.
He's probably doing.
No one knows more than him that quarterbacks are worth Cracker Jacks in this league because he traded. He traded our community Lamar Jackson for like my old bongo set.
So this just makes no sense. Then what he has no excuse for this.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like just you see something shiny and you grab at it, or you panic. You see something and you run away. Like it's just going all over the place. You got to have a focus. You got to think steps ahead. It's like chess, but much easier. But you got to think. You got to at least know what direction you're going. You got to think big picture. Well, you can't just be like da. Like that's how that seemed like. But whatever. So there's got to be thinking like, what are the dumbest mistakes anyone's made? And those of you that are in the chat, this is your time to contribute. What's the dumbest fantasy football mistake you've ever made? Just be honest. It's okay. We're about to say ours. And, if you've seen anyone make a really dumb mistake and you think that's a good thing you want to share with us, go ahead for those that are tuned in live. So let's switch. What's this? Oh, yeah, I like this view right here. Let's switch to story time. View right here. Who's going first?
I have a couple. I have like 3. But Drew, you can go first. Go ahead.
No. If you got 3, let's space them out. Tell us at least.
Well, I got two that are like drafting mistakes. So one, I drafted Le'Veon Bell first overall the year he held out. so that was a terrible mistake. And then I drafted Michael Thomas.
What's the lesson of that? Like, is that
The lesson
is there a way to avoid this?
So if there's any like news or media, like if someone's holding out, especially a top player, you don't want to take them in the first round. That's what I would say.
And first overall.
Like avoid volatility, avoid anyone who's in the media holding out, like anything like that.
Well, you
Avoid
drafted Zeke.
Yes, I did draft Zeke, but that
Like,
worked
right
out
after.
technically. That worked out.
And
better.
that was the
That worked
first
out
round.
better.
So
He got
I don't
paid,
know if
yeah.
there's a real.
Yeah, he got paid. Yeah. So, but
Be
Zeke,
cautious.
I mean,
is the lesson to be
be
cautious.
cautious. Be
Yeah.
cautious. If there's a safer player that's not holding out, maybe pick that player instead. If it's all things being equal, you know what I mean? So that's the lesson. Another one was drafting Michael Thomas in the first round. So the lesson there I have is if you don't have to draft a wide receiver in the first round, let someone else do it. Don't do it. Like do a running back or tight end, but don't
know
do
if
wide
these-
receiver.
I don't know if
I don't
these
know, that's just
lessons
my-
are. I think you missed the point of this assignment, but this is good though. It's still
Okay,
good.
everyone has a
stories,
different
yeah.
journey. Everyone
Yeah, that's
has a
the
different journey.
thing. Like all our
Yeah.
stories are gonna be wildly different. Now this one, I can't believe I totally forgot. This is the point of this.
Okay.
So
This is hilarious.
Fantastico says this guy drafted Riley Ridley thinking he was taking Calvin Ridley.
I got a good one. Someone took Mike Thomas on the Rams and thought he was taking Michael Thomas in like the 6th round one
But
time.
that was your money league. That was your
yeah.
Was
it
the
wasn't
guy-
me. It was
what-
someone. It was a coworker. But yeah, it was. He
was he
thought he was
drinking?
like not that much. Like he just really thought he found like Michael Thomas in the 6th. Like wasn't taken.
By the
I
way,
was
this
like, I got this.
this is a year where he was going what in the first round? Or-
Yeah, of course, yeah, he was an elite wide receiver. So,
He
but
was
then again, like,
way gone.
why did the sticker company make a Mike Thomas sticker? Like that should not have happened in the first
That's
place.
don't blame the sticker company.
But
That's
who would
totally
even pick-
ludicrous.
Who would even draft Mike Thomas?
No,
Like,
don't
in any
blame the
draft?
sticker. As long as the stickers
Yeah.
make more than enough, I'm not gonna file. I'm not gonna be a Karen and
I'm
go
just
to
saying that
support
sticker
at
wasn't necessary.
stickers.com.
They didn't need to make that sticker. Is all
You
I'm saying.
gotta know what team he's on, man. If you
Bro,
look at
that's
it,
so
Yeah, I
dumb,
agree.
Mike. That's not. That's such a dumb thing to say. Like the sticker company, like.
Well, I'm just saying, like the chances anyone uses the Mike Thomas sticker.
I
like,
get it.
it's
How many
0%.
stickers you think we waste 100
Yeah.
stickers every year?
Not
Like
that
I can't
many.
blame
Not
them.
that many.
Oh yeah, they print out like 30 kickers. 30.
But usually they have relevant names that are actually being drafted. You know what I mean? Like they actually are fantasy like players.
some leagues go deep, and look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like
I didn't do it. I'm just saying I get it. is what
There's
I'm
not
saying.
Michael
there's-
Thomas in the 6th round is never gonna happen.
That would never happen.
3 years
So
ago,
that
it
was
never
that's
did
his
yeah,
mistake.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
to bring up the sticker company is just ridiculous. Not like I mean,
Yeah.
that sticker. How many times has that been posted? Like,
Well, they're just
on
wasting
purpose?
ink. That's all I'm saying. You're wasting.
How
a
many
lot
times
of
has
printer
that
ink.
Mike Thomas sticker been posted?
Once.
Unironically. No. I bet other
No,
people made that.
Please,
mistake.
zero.
On purpose. I mean,
Zero.
it's either.
is
I
great.
think it's 0 or 1. Yeah, I think
No,
it's.
it's zero. Trust me. It's for sure.
Did he return?
No.
No, I don't
He's
know.
a
Yeah, I
fourth
mean,
string running back on the Rams. Like he
did
barely
you guys-
made the team.
he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Did you
He said
guys let
running
this
back.
guy pick
I
a
said
different
receiver.
player?
No.
Did you let him
'cause
pick
the
someone
sticker,
else?
we said once the sticker hits the board,
Oh,
that's
He went up and put the sticker on the
yeah,
board.
he
That's
did.
pretty. That's
it was probably 7th, but still.
He was celebrating.
I
when
think
he
it was
slapped that
6th. I'm
sticker
pretty
out.
sure it was
Slap.
6th. Yeah,
Was
he
it-
was hella happy, like proud. So we had to do it. We had to be like, that's your pick. Like you can't go back after.
bro.
you're
That's
hella
dumb.
proud.
That's just.
Yeah.
It's we're not talking about like
it was
Jarvis
dumb.
Jarvis Landry. Okay, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, or like Mike Thomas, literally the best wide receiver ranked, number 1 wide receiver ranked in fantasy football. It's just
Versus
So-
the guy
so-
that was
but-
on the
That's
practice
the
squad.
worst mistake I've seen in person for sure. Hands
so
down.
so sticking with what this guy said, Fantastico. So this is a very important one. Actually, I have a video. I think it was my first rookie dynasty draft ever that I filmed on YouTube. I accidentally said a porn star's name when I was making fun of Riley Ridley. I still
Ask
to
him
this
what
day-
round. What round did he draft Riley Ridley? Like
Well, Calvin Ridley's
Did he think it
stud.
was? I know that's what I'm saying. Like, was it like round 7? He thought he got Calvin Ridley or something. Like, how bad was the damage? Was it like round 3 and he
Just
wasted
say
it?
round 4, round 5. Oh, you say sometime. Oh, like that guy.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Could have
Yeah.
been later. Where could have if
Yeah.
it depends if it's an in-person draft. He says this was a $500 league.
There's a big difference between round 3 you do that and round 7. You know what I mean? It's a
That
big
guy
difference.
could have still salvaged his team. Your
For sure.
coworker.
No, he didn't.
So this is a good point I also wanted to make is like, so when, especially in auction drafts, this is a big trick. So guys, if this is your first year, even your any year, even if you're playing 5-10 years, auction draft.
Third overall.
This
that's
is a
another
different
story.
comment.
That's
Okay,
another
damn,
story.
never mind.
Well, stop.
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
If you're doing an auction draft, people will set you up to do this. So your coworker, what he did was extremely stupid. Like that was so ridiculous. But in an auction draft, when things are stressful, things are going quick, you see Mike Thomas, you might put in a bid, like, so just be careful with the auction drafts. This has been going on for years, by the way. Rob Gronkowski's brother, Adrian Peterson, running back on the Bears. There's been so many of these. You got to watch. And Mike Thomas has been, like, I think the best one yet. So you got to,
awesome.
you got to be really, really careful. So
We got
this
another
was a
one.
good one. I took Dak says this is Marcus. I don't like saying his screen name. It's ridiculous. Marcus says I took AJ Green 3rd overall last year in a Yahoo Pro League. I thought it was clicking on Zeke. This is actually a bad one, Drew, but it's so I think this is so
situation.
bad that it's good. Like this is a horrible one.
How do you click on AJ Green thinking it's Zeke though?
That's
It's
what I
like
said. This one's terrible. This is
It's absurd.
Seems
it's
fake.
totally not knowing Marcus. This is probably real. No, I believe this guy. It's pretty whack though. It's
But
not
did he
a
like
good-
have AJ Green queued up or something, and then he accidentally hit draft, or like how does that happen?
Yeah.
3rd overall.
exactly. You
How
make
is
some
AJ
good-
Green even in the? Shouldn't even be in that tier where Zeke is. Like
You're
that's
making
weird.
some good forensic observations here. Like what kind of custom pre-rank? How did this happen? Yeah, AJ Green. Zeke.
Yeah.
What
Here you go,
year
man.
was this?
Here's the
What
comment.
year was this?
Mirror's yours.
How does
How
that
does that
happen?
happen?
Is,
We
yeah,
all can say it in unison now.
man, nobody.
I need more context because it just doesn't add up. Like
Yeah,
Something
knowing
happened.
Marcus, it happened, but yeah, like should it have ever happened? No.
Did you
Oh, there
spill
we
soda
go.
on your keyboard?
Yes, here is this is what this guy's talking about. Yeah, so we have an inside meme called 113. And this draft was just cursed. This was such a cursed draft. I have a subscriber league every year for YouTube. This is what happens. All right, look. Everyone's begging me to be in a league with me to make a fan league. So I have. And then I've made more and more. So now I'm at like 4 or 5 fan leagues. And it's a lot of fun. And you know what? You guys kick my butt every time. It's literally the hardest leagues I ever playing. I whoop on these experts. I sometimes do well in our league, in the couch league. I'm okay in that. But when it comes to fan leagues, couch fan leagues, you guys whoop me. It's been bad. And so people have been begging me, do an auction draft. I'm like, look, they take so long. Like, whatever, I'll do one. Okay. So $50, YouTube subscriber league, auction draft. Last year, I'm going in. Doesn't seem like anyone knows how to bid right. Like, there's players going so cheap. I got Mike Thomas for super cheap. I'm celebrating. Like, I'm just on cloud 9 right now. I'm like, what? I got Mike Thomas for $47. You idiot. He usually goes for 70. And of course, Mike Thomas got like 2 fantasy points the whole year. Then this guy accidentally makes a boo-boo. I don't see it. Here he is. There he is. There you go, bud. Here's your time to shine. He makes a boo-boo. I'm zoned in. People don't realize how hard it is to do an auction draft and a live stream. So I'm entertaining, I'm typing, I'm bidding. I am locked in at who I got to bid and whatnot. I noticed this 2 picks later. I see Josh Jacobs going for super cheap, and then someone's like, "What's the chat's going crazy?" So I look, this guy bid 113 on James Conner out of 200. So yeah, instead of trying to bid a 13, he bid 113. But that pick's way past. Now, like people in the chat are turning against me. They're like, "Oh, you're a POS. You suck. You're some kind of dictator commish. Like reverse it." I'm like, "Look, I don't even know how to do that, guys. I'm on Yahoo. I don't see a pause button. And plus, like it's been 2 picks later. Like it's been a chain reactions happen." Because this guy did that. Now Josh Jacobs is going for like 20 bucks or something, or 17. Like he went for super cheap. He went for half his listed price, the suggested price. And so yeah, that whole draft was just totally cursed. I think this guy beat me. This guy drafted James Conner for 113 and still finished ahead of me because I got Mike Thomas. So that whole draft was crazy. Auction drafts, I think the most mistakes can definitely happen.
That makes sense, though. That makes a lot of sense.
What's your story, Drew?
I mean, it's not necessarily the worst thing ever, but I feel terrible about it. So we play in this league every year. As you guys know, we have an in-person draft, and it's a redraft league. So basically, I picked Derrick Henry in 2016 and 17, his rookie and sophomore year. Well, it turns out he didn't take off in his career until the year after, 2018. The year I basically gave up on him and stopped drafting him.
So you're too early.
So that was pretty much the worst thing I could have done, since I had 2 years taking him, I think, in like pretty decent value, like mid-round, I think it was, thinking he would do well, and gave up on him. And now look at him, the king.
That's the worst. That's not that bad.
Well, you guys, I didn't explain the point of this assignment.
It feels
I
bad,
gave
though.
you guys.
It feels bad.
These are like stuff for people to learn from. You're just talking about I drafted this bad player. That wasn't the point of this. But the people listening, the people tune into our live, save this segment. They're keeping up. They're coming up with good stuff here. Bidding too much, pushing an extra 1 when you bid. Now that's like a story. You get the point of this. Like, oh, like be careful when you bid. Oh, be careful when you see Mike Thomas wide receiver. Make sure it's the right wide receiver stuff.
I've never done an auction draft though. That's the thing.
You would hate it, bro. With your ADD, it's torturous. It's torturous.
I've seen it and I didn't like it. I was like,
imagine
not for me.
Being on the clock for 2.5 hours.
No.
Because if you don't pay attention for 4 seconds, you'll miss a bid. And that bid could have been like I know Josh Jacobs sucks, but in hindsight, but when Josh Jacobs is going for like $10 or something, you don't want to miss that. Every auction, there's at least 1 super steal. It's just the way it goes. Every auction I've done, mock or real, money or free, 1 steal. And so if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss the steal. And so you have to pay attention. Also, you can draft Riley Ridley or Mike Thomas or Dan Gronkowski or the other Adrian Peterson.
Or the other Aaron Rodgers.
There's another Aaron Rodgers
on the Packers. He's a
Amari
receiver.
Amari Rodgers.
Oh yeah. Amari Rodgers. My bad.
I would never.
The A Rodgers could definitely.
I wouldn't make that. I mean, that's.
You could make
the same team, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if they only do like a first initial type sticker, that might be confused. So then you only have to go by the position. That'd be confusing. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
your sticker coworker is pretty wet. So
I made a mistake.
I'm gonna tell you guys my story, and this is why I'm telling it. So in Fantasy Couch League, same league Drew's talking about. Mike, we can hear that.
Oh, I know it was accidental.
Okay. As long as we can hear that. It's loud as hell.
Sorry.
Okay, so in the Fantasy Couch League, I've never won the league, so it's been pretty. I mean, I've won it now, but I mean back in the time I'm telling this story, I haven't won. It's been very pressing. I want to win my own league, damn it, and we film it. It's the biggest league, and I want to win it. I've come really close, and so I think I drafted the Seahawks defense in round. It was either round 8 or 9. Let me say 9. something like that. Let's say round 9, and they were by far the best D. So the second overall defense that year, the defense that scored the second most fantasy points, it wasn't even close to the Legion of Boom. They didn't even come close. So my Seahawks defense put up RB2 numbers every week, high end RB2 numbers. You guys remember Seahawks D back in 2013, 14? They were
Legion
killing it every week, 14 fantasy points, because every week there was at least a turnover, a touchdown, something. Sack, like they cause havoc every game. So I was guaranteed to get 11 points on you with that defense, and some weeks I got 14, 19, 20. It helped me, and I went all the way, finished 3rd place, and I'm like, whatever. So the very next year, this is how I learned my lesson. Very next year, I got a little bored. I didn't really like it. There was nobody in that tier. All the guys in the tier right above just went. And I was like, all right, like I wanted, whoever it was, like I want Emmanuel Sanders or Michael Crabtree, whoever it was back then. Like, I was like, all right, all those guys are gone. I had only 4 guys on my list to draft in that coming round. They were all gone. And so I was like, well, I like the Seahawks D. So I took the Seahawks D, and this was like round 7. And everyone was like, oh, you're stupid, this and that. And I was like, whatever, I don't believe them. Turns out I was stupid. And they fell off. They finished about defense 10, right around there. And that's really not good enough. To add something to injury, add wound to
insult.
Add insult to injury. I dropped them. Like, I'm pretty much dead. Like, I didn't finish last or anything, but close to last. Like, I'm out of the, like, it's looking terrible for me. I'm like, whatever, this defense sucks. They're like ranked 11th out of 12. Like, so that's terrible. So I dropped them. Drew picks them up. He's so happy. He starts them, and they start doing much better. So he has a nice strong defense to finish out the year. And I'm starting the Lions defense, which was ranked like 7th or 9th. The Lions defense was doing better than the Seahawks, but as soon as I dropped them, it just went back to the Legion of Boom was back, and then the Lions were the Lions. Lions were just horrible, and that's how I learned. And actually, I've told this story before, and I got to remember to tell stories more often. I'm like, oh, I said it already, but I know this is social media, right? This is content. Everyone doesn't watch every piece of content I put out. So I got to remember to, sometimes say stuff twice. And this is, I think, is a very, very good story. One that a lot of people should be able to relate to and learn from. At least one person in every league, I think this story should hit, because and the responses I've got was great. One person hated on me, said, you're stupid. Like, how could you, do this as an analyst, and you're giving out advice. I was like, I'm also human, and I'm being honest with you guys, and I'm telling you guys the truth and to learn from my mistakes. Because other people say, on the opposite side of the hater thing, other people say, oh, you're only going to show, your hits and, when you finish first place. And that's it. I'm showing you my dumb moments right here. And then what's cool is that guy, like, right away, he's like, oh yeah, man, I get it. He's like, I appreciate you sharing this. Like, he was so cool after that, because you just had to give him a human moment. So the point of that story is, don't ever, ever, ever reach for a defense. It's the most unpredictable, not kicker. Defense is the most unpredictable position from year to year. It changes so much. Do you guys remember when the Jags were drafted first?
Oh, yeah.
The first defense. How bad? I mean, it literally went from 1 to 32 or 1 to whatever, 29, 31. Once you get past defense 25, we're not looking at those stats. So it went pretty much from the best defense, or the top ranked fantasy defense, to the worst. So, and it happens all the time. Legion of Boom had to end. What's funny, we're all Niner fans. Niners were so good.
Oh, yeah.
So amazing. 2015, Alex
Jeremy
Smith.
overdrafted.
Jeremy always does that.
Well, speaking of Jeremy, do you want to tell the Carlos Hyde story? I think he drafted Carlos Hyde. And then as he was drafting, he made a bet with Mike
That's
for $100.
Only Jeremy would do.
No
That's
one
so
can
nice.
learn
No
from
one
that.
can.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's what
tell
I was
the
about
story.
to-
Only Jeremy.
Exactly. No, we
Yeah.
don't have to tell the story. Jeremy made a
Can I
dumb
just say
bet.
one more honorable mention of my worst moves is when I traded Hussein, Amari Cooper for David Johnson. That
That
was just probably
saved
the
you.
worst trade of all time. Yeah, but at the time it was I thought it was maybe the worst trade I've ever done.
It
Like,
was a good player for a bad player.
yeah,
no
yeah,
Oh,
doubt.
check
That's
this
what I meant.
out.
But
That's what I meant.
sometimes it helps you out.
Sometimes it does.
Oh, Fantastico back again. I thought he's left. He's still here.
He's like,
Fantastico
wait.
says, I made that mistake. Kept Jags D as 15th round keeper over some decent wide receivers and killed me.
Oh, you kept
Now-
the defense?
Now
That's
wait,
terrible.
this is less dumb than mine. Okay.
okay.
Because this is a keeper league, is probably has a good amount of keepers he's going to keep. So I'm asked Fantastic, how many keepers can you keep in that league? He's going to probably say 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it's dumb. Don't get me wrong. Just not as dumb. So he thought the Jags were an elite defense. You know, you get on this hype as in like, bro, there's just no other defense that can be as good. You just get to think that. And all he had to give up was a 15th rounder. And so he's like,
Is it 2?
okay, that's pretty bad. That's horrible. That's bad. That's just as bad as mine, probably.
That's
Yeah,
worse.
That's horrible, dude. Because this guy, I mean, these guys got like Devontae Adams. It's like, nah, Jags
Like,
D,
no,
baby.
Jags D.
Patrick Mahomes, nah, Jags D,
Nah,
baby.
Jags D, son.
Second to, because that's how it sometimes feels. But with the Legion of Boom, they had a brand. They had a like you could get behind that easier. It's still, you know, falsely. It's not, you know, it's still false. Like it's not there. Don't ever do that.
They had Hall of Famers on that defense too, by the way.
Yeah, they
The
were
Legion
killing
Boom.
it. Yeah, Cam Chancellor. You know, he retired first. Another one, get her done. I used to take Des Bryant with my first pick every year until I found your channel.
That's a troll. That's got to be a troll.
No,
comment.
it's not. We teach, bro.
Sometimes
I've
this is real.
taught 600,000 people how to play fantasy football.
That's true.
That's so
true.
important. Dude.
And I've, you know, I'm trying to find the country in my head, but people from Brazil, people
Singapore,
from Chile, I don't know
Germany
if
for
it's
sure.
Germany, Germany,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Definitely
Danke.
Ireland, England, Australia, Philippines, yeah, all over the place. Uruguay, that was right. I don't even know where that is, to be honest, but
What kind of bad trades do you guys remember seeing? I couldn't
a
remember any
mindset.
off the top of my head. I mean,
No, any dumb. We can keep the dumb stories going. So another. So what I was gonna say about the defense thing. So there's people. I don't know why it's almost always Instagram DM. They hear about me that whatever. They're like, I got a draft tomorrow. I've never played fantasy football in my life. What do I do? And I swear to you, because I've got this so many times. I know how to answer it. Within 2 minutes, I can help these guys out a lot. So what I like to do is reverse engineer. This guy may never even watch football, this person, and never done a draft. So the very first thing I tell them, we start from the bottom, right? Reverse. That means you start at the end result and go back. I say the first thing you need to know, draft a kicker absolutely last, or don't draft one at all. And I say it don't even question that, because no one does research on kickers. You'll be able to find a kicker that does pretty well in on waivers, on free agency. And you guys know my waivers are killing it with kickers. I'm always looking at games where there's going to be more field goals, where teams are going to have leads, the kickers that, you know, are decent with power and accuracy. There's always kickers. No one's hoarding 3 kickers. Like, this isn't like, you know, it's not like tight end where you can't find it. There's always a kicker on waivers, and there's always a good kicker round 16. Like this year, Bills kicker Tyler Bass, great kicker. You can get him easily. Robbie Gould, he's a good kicker. Niners sucked last year. Don't worry. Robbie Gould, week 1, faces the Lions. I don't care if he's whack. You got him starting against the Lions. How many field goals is Robbie Gould going to kick? I mean, he's going to kick at least 10 extra points.
Do you recommend streaming kickers?
Yeah, always. So when
Okay,
you draft
that's
a
what I
kicker,
used to do.
when you draft a kicker around 16, you're saying, look, I'm able to stream. When you draft Justin, I'm in an experts league. This guy took Justin Tucker. It's on video, by the way, too. So I
Whoa.
can't even make it up. Justin Tucker, round 10, said that's my lucky charm, or I don't know, whatever the hell he's talking about. I was like, that's dumb. I called him out right then and there. I was like, no. I was like, that's terrible. And
You're
you know,
happy though when he does it. You're like, yes.
oh, I mean, of course. And he's drafting right next to me. So I'm like, I'm just getting
Yeah.
better guys. So when you get Justin Tucker that early, of course, the obvious, like there's better guys at round 10 that would have helped you actually win. But on top of that, Justin Tucker had a little bit of a down year last year. So can you look that up, Drew, on Sleeper? What kicker did he finish? If I had to guess, I'd say like 5. Kicker 5,
Yeah, I would
4.
say 5.
That's horrible for reaching 6 rounds for a
Yeah,
kicker.
yeah.
Like that's not that he has to be a top 2. Like
Yeah.
at least. Like so he got him. You know what's bad about him? You draft Justin Tucker round 10. You have to start him every week. And then when he's on bye, are you really gonna drop him? I mean, you reach like 10,000% more for this kicker. That's how much you overpaid. You got something, right? I'm gonna give you this valuable thing, like this microphone right here. I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna sell this to you, Mike, for $400,000. Like it's gonna be hard to throw it away that you bought it for $400,000. So when Justin Tucker's on bye, you're gonna have to keep him. Then you're one of those teams that have 2 kickers on your roster. You don't know what it's terrible. So anyway, I tell people draft the kicker absolutely last. Do we have it, Drew?
No, I can't. I don't have
Drew,
any
do
kickers in
better
my
research.
leagues.
You got to step it up. You can find it. Go to Fantasy Pros. Top
I was just
scorer.
there. Yeah, I was just
okay.
there.
Weeks 1 through 17 or 1 through 16, whatever makes me look better.
Because he was first.
He was that. No,
Oh no, wait, no.
God, that makes me look bad.
Yeah, sorry. So he was seventh.
That's
5%.
good. That's the answer I'm looking for.
Yeah.
He was horrible.
Yeah, 7th.
Okay, so I tell them draft the kicker last. Don't draft the defense at all if it allows you to, or draft the defense second to last round, because defenses are so unpredictable year to year, and streaming is way better. I'd rather have a random defense going against the Texans or Lions or whatever. I can't think of another a bad team. I know those are the bottom 2 teams according to Vegas. Than a good defense going against a good offense. And it's the same thing, if you reach for the Steelers D or Bucks D in round 10, round 9, you're not going to be able to drop them on a bye week. Roster space is very important. You know what roster space means? Roster space means you're getting guys like Tannehill off free agency, $0 bid. Herbert, free agency, $0 bid. Tony Pollard when Zeke is out. Chase Claypool, Justin Jefferson wasn't owned in a lot of leagues. That's what a roster space is. And what are you doing with that roster space? You're having 2 kickers and 2 defenses. And if you don't, you're like, oh, I'm not going to have 2 kickers, 2 all right. So you just drafted these guys in round 10 and then you drop them in 5 weeks. What's the point? Just wait. It's a guess. It's a lot of guessing, but there's a lot of skill when it comes to streaming. You can stream them. That's the thing. You can stream them. You don't have to reach and just get a good defense or a kicker. So that's the 2 things I tell them. I also tell them, look, if it's a 1 QB league, don't reach for quarterback. That's the number 1 noob mistake. Everyone drafts their team's favorite quarterback. Niner fan, always drafting Jimmy G early or something. That's not going to work out. After that, really, I just narrowed down so much. And we know almost every draft, someone breaks one of those golden rules. You know what I mean? So I narrowed it down so much. Then if I have time, I tell them, look, if you don't have to draft a backup quarterback, but if you do, try to have them have a different bye week. Don't draft more than 2 quarterbacks. Same thing with tight end. You don't need a backup tight end, but you can have one. It's a good idea to take another shot, another dart throw at the tight end dartboard, play a little tight end roulette, have more shots. So if you do, try not to have them have the same bye week. And after that, I mean, there's not much left. You don't have that many options. So now you're going for running backs, you're going for wide receivers. You're good. But that was my dumb story. There's a lot of, I mean, I've seen on my TikTok I posted. This guy showed me his league mate. This is a dumb story, but it's true story though. That the guy drafted every single Bears player he possibly could, and I think only one roster spot was in a Chicago Bear, and he was trying to trade for that player. So
that's insane.
It's dumb. It's one of the dumb.
Of course,
for sure. Because it's like, why, like you're like, I mean, there's nothing to learn from it. Like most people don't even have a person that weird and stupid in one of their leagues. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's the dumbest stuff. Do we have any other stories or a comment?
No, there was only another comment about Justin Tucker getting drafted earlier than you said, 6th round by somebody. So that's just
Why don't you bring up the
insane.
comment?
I'll show you.
I got it.
Okay.
Know a guy who always takes Justin Tucker by the 6th round. I hope that's your home league. That's a money league, and I hope you're taking his money. Like this guy Val, he hits me up on Twitter constantly about his dynasty teams. What's up, man? I'm a Bears fan. I never draft them. I saw you take Justin Fields, dog. I saw it, dog. And I can't blame you. Superflex Dynasty, you're a Bears fan? Come on, you got to take Justin Fields.
You got to take.
You got to go for it. Anyway, hope you guys liked this. I had fun. This was cool. I like this. So, oh yeah, one other thing I just want to just note really quick. We remember one of the things people say, like you open up a book, like how to, blah, blah, blah. Like it's like, look at your scoring settings. Everyone would say, you guys ever heard that? Mm-hmm. Look at your league's scoring settings before you play.
Yeah. To know what's, more valued.
Yeah. And so, that was kind of kind of a dumb thing. Like it made sense, but I mean, like, it was like whatever, of course. But now you really got to do it because now there's a vampire league. You guys heard of these?
Mm-hmm.
There's a vampire league where someone has to come back from the dead from just picking up waivers and leeching off your team. It's crazy. There's a guillotine league. That's
Survivor league.
Guillotine league, same thing. Survivor league. I think that's the same exact thing. Yeah. There's keeper leagues. There's dynasty. There's super flex. I mean, there's crazy. There's team quarterback. Best ball, yeah, there's best ball, there's DFS. I mean, there's just so much. There's best ball dynasty. There's dynasty where you pay a deposit for the next year in case you're a little B and you quit on the league midway. You don't get your deposit back. There's so many things that you got to know. So now more than ever, check your league's scoring settings. I hope you guys enjoyed all these dumb mistakes. Hope you guys learned from them. We should be, I'm getting word here. We should be having a Throne Twitter league. Now, I'm trying not to stress over this as much, but it should be fun as hell. I'm really looking forward to the Throne Twitter league, the Twitter Throne League. So we're going to go on Twitter, guys. If this actually launches, we're going to go on Twitter. We're going to vote on Twitter polls for who we draft on every single pick. I might hop on Twitter Spaces every now and then. We can talk on there, but it'll be strictly Twitter for my Twitter followers. The best way to support me, guys, and it means a lot. It's absolutely free. Just follow me on social media at Fantasy Couch. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Got 2 YouTube channels, including this one. We're on Twitch now, too. We're doing everything. So follow me on social media at Fantasy Couch. Say one thing to the guys before we leave. One thing. Go.
Man, just keep drafting. Just have fun in those leagues and just keep drafting the players that you want to see do well.
Draft hard.
Quarterback early.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't draft the quarterback early. Peace out.